my question for you, Cam, is spring practice
Yes.
is most important for blank.
Development. Like, this is just about growth. That's it. That's one guy. I mean, like, obviously we have new coordinators, so you got to install the defenses. They got to get, well, defense and offense. You have to get familiar with those, comfortable with those, because you're going to have to take what you learn here and continue to go over that in your own brain over the course of the summer until you get back into structured workouts. I mean, yeah, you're gonna, like, all the guys are going to stay here, so they're going to play 7-on-7. You're going to get the defense together. They're going to work on all kinds of things, and player led only and everything like that. You're going to continue to run. You're going to continue to lift, all those kind of things. But, like, you have to have a good foundation for what you're going to do, so that by the time you come back, you can really build upon what was previously done. And yeah, just growing just your skills. Like, okay, I know how to do this or whatever, but I'm going to focus on a couple different parts of my game, whatever it is for your position. It's like in the offseason of baseball, like, I'm not throwing fastballs, I'm throwing changeups, because I need to get a feel for my changeup, so that when spring training comes, I can now layer that in my start, so that when we get to the regular season, I now have fastball and I have a changeup that I am comfortable with. I'm not thinking about, okay, where's the ball and what's my grip, and okay, let me get my tempo and let me get my release point. I've done it so much that it's now part of my game. Same thing, whether it's, I mean, because you've seen guys with one or two moves, like in pass rush. You can the inside rip, the outside rip, maybe a swim or whatever. But, like, do you have a counter on that? Do you have a spin? Like, how good are you, with your steps on a tackle and stunt? How, like, are you hitting your drop? Like, are you taking a false step in your drop, whether you're, in the back seven, if you're linebacker or safety or cornerback? Are you wasting steps? Are you taking that extra step to settle yourself before you move, right? And that's the thing that you see in all the sports. Like, there's guys, I was just watching Charlotte and Eastern Kentucky in the CBI championship game of basketball. But, like, I'm watching, oh no, oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm watching the game, and I can see this one dude is a shooter. Like, he dead. I mean, every time he pulls up. But there was times he couldn't get his shot off, because I'm going in and I'm taking this extra step and I'm trying to get myself settled. And that extra step is the window that you needed to get that shot off, right? So over the course of the offseason, I would hope that this guy is now working on, how do I not take that extra gather step? How am I not doing that same kind of a thing? How are you working forward on your technique? I need that same thing from pretty much everybody in at their given position in football. Like, I don't care if Tyler Van Dyke throws for 937 yards in the spring game, right? Like, are we looking at his footwork? Are we looking at his progressions? Are we looking at, being consistent in his release and everything? Are we looking to add these things? Because I know that he can throw deep. I know that he can throw smash. I know that he can throw, mesh. Can we add levels? Can we add switch? Can we add these other things, so that now in the fall, we can add that full time? That, for me, that and no injuries, because no more injuries, please, because you have Trevante Citizen, who could have started last year, and he's out for the year because he blew his knee up in fall camp. But, like, those two, I always and forever in practice, no injuries, please. But, like, yeah, the development, looking at strengthening what you already do well and really perfecting that, and then closing the gaps of those things that you cannot do well within the bounds of your physicality. How do you raise the floor on those things that are really, like, that are keeping you off of the field? How do you make those replacement level? How do you take those things that are replacement level and make them good? How do you take those things that are good and make them spectacular? Those elements of your technique and of your demonstrable performance. Though that's what spring is about. I don't care about the numbers at the end of the day from the spring game or something like that. This is all that real fine work of the journey of practice and development and whatever it is. And when I taught, there's a speaker. He was from Jesus, Emory University, Dr. Eric Nelson. He was the director of choirs at Emory. Really fantastic. And he talked about the moment of inspiration for positive change. And this whole speech was basically, after you do something, that moment when you have finished is when your brain and your body are open to that immediate change to improve performance. And obviously, we're talking about singing. So I had the rule in my classes, hey, cut the talking, because when I cut you off, it's not so that we can chat about what's done. It's so that I can dig in there and that I can work with you and improve your technique and performance. And now we're going to rehearse it again to close that gap and improve what you just did, right? And you see the same thing. Somebody just finishes a rep. It's not, all right, man, let me get some water. Let me go over by, the athletic trainer, young ladies out there with the water bottles. Let me go. No. Look, stop, blow the whistle, right? And you see Kevin Beard. There was a video of that. Look, you did this. I need you to do this. Immediate feedback. Now go do what I just said. And that's going to close that gap and improve that performance. That right there, that moment of inspiration when you are done with a rep of whatever it is, that's what spring is about.
Excellent point. I don't know that I had ever really given that much thought, but yeah, the time in between that performance and that evaluation can be crucial to somebody just kind of forgetting what did that feel like? What was that? What was I thinking in that moment that caused me to take that step or enunciate that word? Kind of
or whatever it is. Yeah,
whatever it is. Yeah.
I mean, but that's saying, I mean, like, look,
feedback.
even if you were, taking a knife skills class, which I've taken before, right? So, okay, I'm going to try to julienne and I'm going to do whatever. It's like, well, no, okay, if you're going to do the carrot, how are you going to, so instead of this, we're going to use a knife this way. We're going to do this. We're going to, okay. Now get a new carrot and you see the old one that you thought that you julienned, right? So we did that and it was this way. Grab a new carrot. We're going to do this, do it now. And, that's that. So now you have the tactile, right? And, the visual feedback. And I mean, for whether it's music or sport, they're very similar, right? But we go by what we see or hear, right? So in terms of music, I go by what I hear, or in football, like how you move, we go by what we see. And the player or singer, they go by what they feel, right? So we're talking about, singing in French, okay, or like how you're going to formulate your thing. Like, okay, what did you feel? How did you move? All right, you're going to go to play press man. Are you taking a drop step? Are you going to, drop, chop your feet and then go whatever? No, you're going to hinge off that right and open up off that left. I want to see that now. Nope, chop your feet, stop, do it again. Plant that right, hinge open, leave the right, open the left. Do it again, do it again, do it again. And you get that biometric, you get that sensation in your body of what does that feel like. Now I know how to do it. We're going to do it slow, and then we're going to build the speed and things like that. But that kind of granular development, that's what spring is about for me.